by the GI Bill and FHA in terms of being able to climb into the middle class. The whole reason I ran was because my life is a testimony to the American dream. And everything that we've been doing since I came into office is designed to make sure that that American dream continues for future generations. I think the challenge right now is that I'm thinking about the next generation, and there are a lot of folks out there who are thinking about the next election. If I were making decisions based on November, then I wouldn't have done some of the things that I did because I knew they weren't popular, but they were the right thing to do. And that's got to be my top priority.
Let's go to the real jury who will decide whether they were the right things to do with an audience question right here.
Thank you very much, and quite frankly, good afternoon, President Obama. I am deeply honored to finally be in this forum and so grateful for CNBC making the forum available so that you can speak to American citizens just like myself.
Well, thank you.
I am a Chief Financial Officer for a veteran service organization, AMVETS, here in Washington. I'm also a mother. I'm a wife. I'm an American veteran, and I'm one of your middle-class Americans. And quite frankly, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted of defending you, defending your administration, defending the mantle of change that I voted for, and deeply disappointed with where we are right now. I've been told that I voted for a man who said he was going to change things in a meaningful way for the middle class. I'm one of those people, and I'm waiting, sir. I'm waiting. I don't feel it yet. And I thought, well, it wouldn't be in great measure. I would feel it in some small measure. I have 2 children in private school, and the financial recession has taken an enormous toll on my family. My husband and I have joked for years that we thought we were well beyond the hot dogs and beans era of our lives. But quite frankly, it's starting to knock on our door and ring true that that might be where we're headed again. And quite frankly, Mr. President, I need you to answer this honestly. Is this my new reality?
Well, first of all, I think that you describe exactly what is the bedrock of America. You know, a veteran who's working for veterans, somebody who's a CFO and I am sure knows how to manage their money, have made good decisions. Well, I'm not saying once in a while you don't want to get a new pair of shoes. You know,
Today,
the life you describe, one of responsibility, looking after your family, contributing back to your community, that's what we want to reward. Now, as I said before, times are tough for everybody right now. So I understand your frustration. But I would just, when you say there are things that you'd like to see happen or you're hoping to see happen that haven't happened yet, let me just give you a couple of examples. I right now have 2 children. It sounds like you've got kids as well.
2 girls.
2 girls. Mm-hmm. You're going to be thinking about college soon.
Next year.
Okay. Now, part of what we did over the last year and a half is to make sure that billions of dollars that were going to subsidize financial service industries under the federal student loan programs are now going to be going directly to students, so that millions more students are going to be able to get loans and grants and scholarships to go to college. Now, that's going to have an impact on a whole bunch of kids out there, including maybe yours. If you have a credit card, which I assume you do.
No.
Well, see, now you're really, now you've shown how responsible you are. But if you have a mortgage or a credit card or any kind of financial dealings out there, as a consequence of the changes we made, the credit card companies can't increase your interest rate without notifying you, and they can increase your interest rate on your previous balances. In terms of getting a mortgage, you can't have a mortgage broker steer you to a mortgage that ultimately is going to cost you more money because maybe they're getting a financial incentive to do so. Those things are now against the law. So there are a whole host of protections in there. You are a parent who has children. If your child, heaven forbid, had a pre-existing condition, before I took office, you were out of luck in terms of being able to get health insurance for that child. Now, insurance companies have to give you health insurance for that child. And by the way, that health insurance company can't drop you if you get sick. So there are a whole host of things that we've put in place that do make your life better. But The bottom line is, if your 401k is still down substantially from where it was a while back, if you haven't seen a raise in a long time, if your home value went down, depending on where you live, you know, all those things still make you feel like, gosh, I'm still treading water.
That's right.
And so my goal here is not to try to convince you that everything's where it needs to be. It's not. That's why I ran for president. But what I am saying is that we're moving in the right direction. And if we are able to keep our eye on our long-term goal, which is making sure that every family out there, if they're middle class, that they can pay their bills, have the security of health insurance, retire with dignity and respect, send their kids to college. If they're not yet in the middle class, that there are ladders there to get into the middle class if people work hard and get an education and apply themselves. That's our goal. That's the America we believe in, and I think that we are on track to be able to do that.
Mr. President.